in Arizona, it seemed that finishing seasons, well, not seemed, it's a fact. Finishing seasons were troublesome. I mean, the playoffs were made this year, but it was a brutal day and night in Los Angeles. What do you think was off that led to troubling finishes in Arizona, Christian?
It's hard to tell. Obviously that's the number one question that, we've all asked ourselves is, what went wrong, especially towards the end of the season, and in that playoff game. I think it was a multitude of things, and, it's hard to just sit back and say, oh, it was that. It was just lack of execution from us, and we weren't playing our best football, and, especially to make a deep run in the playoffs, you have to be playing your best football, going late into the year, and we did that in the first half of the year, but we didn't do it at the end, and so I think that was a contribution, towards it all, and along with the other things, but definitely was a disappointing way to end the year.
What type of leader is Kyler Murray, Christian, in the huddle, on the sideline, and so forth?
I mean, he's everything you want, in a quarterback. I think number one, he's an ultimate competitor. You can just see it in his approach and his demeanor. Every time we take the field on Sunday, that he's there to win, and he wants to compete at the highest level and be able to take his game and his team to that point. And so, he has a relationship with, all the guys, on the offensive front, and, he never backs down from, competition. So I think that's the most important part, when you talk about having a franchise quarterback.
So I guess on a scale of nonsense, which is what he called it, to valid constructive criticism, where would you place body language and leadership issues with Kyler Murray, Christian Kirk? Where would you place it?
I would say it's nonsense. People can speculate and read into it however they want, but, I look at it as passion. The kid's just passionate, and, people show their passion in different ways. Like I said, he just wants to win, and so obviously when things go wrong, it's a little disappointing, but it's good, for me, in my eyes, to see somebody who cares enough to show passion and wants to turn things around and win the football game. That's how I see it.
Were you one of the photographs that got scrubbed and then restored on his Instagram? Were you part of any of those photographs, Christian? Were you?
I'm not sure. I didn't go back and check. I probably was, but I know it's no bad blood. Me and Kyler have been boys for a long time, and dating back to our high school days. So, I know our relationship hasn't wavered.
Okay. And what about Coach Kingsbury, his ability to close games and close seasons? How did you find that, Christian, if you don't mind me asking?
We've gotten better every single year, since Cliff has gotten there. Obviously taking us to the playoffs this year and the year before missing it by one game. You can just see the progress, and there's few cases where, like Cincinnati, where, stuff kind of changes overnight and, the next season you go to a Super Bowl. It takes a little longer to keep building. And, now that he's there for an extensive period of time, I suspect that, he's going to keep pushing those guys and getting the team where he wants it to be.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.